Good afternoon, everybody. Got a nice video coming for you today, but first, can you guys help me determine what the sound is? I think I don't even think I know what it is, but I have no idea what that is. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Just a little bit of a valve tick. Oh my goodness. It's already got fish eyes on it. Perfect. That's so bad. That's that rod knock that I'm gonna do here pretty quick. Anyway, so let's get into the video that you've all clicked on. So it's gonna be how to clean your valves with something in a can, and it works pretty good. All right, coming up. So let's hop right into this video and we're gonna fix this idle problem because I only have a little bit of time. So what I use is this intake valve and turbo cleaner by CRC. So what happens is it has a little straw here, and so after it's warmed up and all that stuff, you hold it, I believe it's at 2 grand, and you spray it in a vacuum line and it'll die down. And you can continuously spray it and it'll die down, and right before it dies you let off and you hold the butterfly open, and that'll clean the valves and that'll degrease the valves and put everything into the cylinders, and it'll clean them right up. And after that you let it sit. I think it's for 30 minutes. I'm gonna put the instructions up here, up on the screen, and we'll go through it as we progress in the video. We're gonna go start it. I'm gonna move it up a little bit and we're gonna warm it up because the engine needs to be warm. Spicy one today, boys. Cold start. I guess it was too warm to do that. Check that thing out. To bring you back. It's hard to do it with one hand. Oh yeah. Looks a little low. Looks like I'm gonna need some gasolina. Yeah. All right, let's go through some instructions. Warm up engine. So we're gonna go warm up engine. Okay, check. For best results, locate and spray directly throttle body. If throttle body is not accessible, spray downstream of the MAF. Yep, duh. Fully engaged lift rod, throwing a code, with engine running at 2 grand, 2,000 RPM, spray product in short bursts until can is empty. If necessary, accelerate the engine 2 or 3 times, not exceeding 3,500. Very important. Run idle for 1 minute, then turn engine off, reassemble intake system, let engine heat soak for 1 hour. Restart engine, drive at highway speeds for at least 10 minutes. So that right there is what cleans all the carbon and all the oil off the top of your valves. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I think I'm gonna go on this guy right here. Yes, I know, I need to adjust my valves. I'm on it, okay? It's spitting oil there. Come on. All right, so it's warm. There it is. So it's about at 170 degrees. before we do this, I just realized I don't know how high I'm actually revving it, so I'm gonna show you a little trick. Yeah, baby. 10 volts. That's because I'm using my other battery, because my other one, the one for the truck, the yellow top, is actually in the bed. If you don't have one of these, a nice little timing light, a digital one where it tells you your tach readout or your RPMs, you can always get a buddy or whatever in the driver's seat and have him hold it at 2 grand and keep it alive while you're doing this. So I'm gonna let it idle for a minute to probably 90 seconds and we'll shut her down. I should have seen the cloud of crap. It was real brief, but it was pretty thick. It sounds better. I don't know if you noticed before, it had like it kind of had a lope a little bit. Kind of dope, 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 dope. But it's only a 4-cylinder. I don't think it's really supposed to do that. That's a little nicer. All right, so we're gonna shut her down. We're gonna shut her down and let it heat soak, and I'll let you guys know when it's been an hour, 60 minutes. All right. All right, so it's been about an hour and a half, hour and 45. I got tied up with a few other things. So this is the first startup since doing the CRC. No smoke. Chugged a little bit on startup, but that's normal. No check engine light. Need fuel. Alright, so we're going to take it easy. It says 10 minutes at highway speed, so I'm going to go down to the highway. I'm going to get some fuel, and I'll catch up with you guys in a minute, okay? Alright. Alright, so the local gas station is a little busy. So even though it's cold, first impressions are it's got a lot better throttle response, higher idle, the idle surging. But then again, it is still a little cold. Smoother. Now remember, these are the original spark plugs. I did a tune-up right when I rebuilt it, the 22RE, but these are the original, I think they're K16RUs. They're Denso plugs. Not bad. It definitely ramps. The boost comes in a little smoother. Not quite as in your face, but it quieted up a little bit actually too. You know what? We're not going to hit the highway. I know exactly where to go. Because it is 4 p.m. and there's a lot of traffic out. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a Mercedes. Oh my gosh, that thing is clacking away like a dang, what is it, Maraca? Oh my gosh. I think Mercedes, there's a list on cars that cost the most annually to maintain. I think Mercedes and BMW were the top contenders. You know what was the cheapest? I think it was Honda. But right after that, Toyota. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. That would drive me nuts. Alright, so she's all warm. And we got a red light. And it's still putting out 8 to 9 PSI. That was 7 pounds. Probably about 4,000 RPM. Definitely smoother. Doesn't bog off the line. Doesn't kind of fall on its face a little bit. That was only 10 PSI and this thing's just can't wait. 30 PSI. 32 pounds is the goal. 488 rear end might be in the future. And our R154 trans is definitely in the future. And the good thing about our R154 is I can put it behind a 1UZ. Which after I get done blowing this one up, rebuilding it, 32 pounds, tuning it, all that good stuff, I'm gonna call it here, and I'll see you guys in the morning for the real true test. All right, see ya. So I found out why I was idling a little high, because the idle screw backed out. I think the O-ring's going bad, but listen to this thing. Listen to this thing now. Boy, she sounds good, I'll tell you what. All right, see you in the morning. Good afternoon, everybody. I know I'd say I'd pick up with you guys in the morning, but I didn't want to pick up the camera about 3 a.m., which is a little early for some, but all right, let's get out to it, huh? I took the muley to work, and so this thing has been pretty much sitting ever since I parked it the other day. So let's start it up and see what she sounds like. Is it warm where you guys are at? It is right here. Okay. Now we'll take a quick listen. Not bad, not bad. So it's not bad. That stuff in the can, that CRC intake, what is it? Intake valve and turbo cleaner. This guy. So pretty much, it's actually pretty accurate, I'd imagine. When you have your PCBs hooked up and these 22REs and the 3VZs are actually spitting oil back in the intake manifold, gumming up all the valves, I'd imagine it looks somewhat like that. So this stuff works pretty dang good. And that's a cold start, and it didn't act like it was on 2 or 3 cylinders anymore. But yeah, and I think you can pick this up at AutoZone. I think I might have got this at O'Reilly's a while back, but you can get this. I think it's like $6 or $8 a can. It works great. And now remember, when you're out doing its round on the highway for 20 or 30 minutes, don't get on it. Don't put the motor under stress at all. And I think it actually says that on the directions on the back. Anyways, all right, appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, one more thing, don't forget the next video, I'm actually gonna be pulling the spark plugs. And I actually have about, I think it's 13 or 14,000 miles since I rebuilt this motor and boosted it. And spark plugs never lie. So we're gonna pull them, and we're gonna see how it's been running, and we're gonna put new ones in there, gap those new ones appropriately for boost, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks for watching, appreciate it.